It was a quiet night in Sector X-49, a far part of the galaxy where nothing ever happened. The alien patrol ship, Corlax-7, moved slowly near a small moon. The crew was bored. Their scanners showed nothing special, just cold rocks and empty space. But then a strange signal appeared. It was weak, just a short blip. At first, they ignored it. These things happened sometimes, false readings, space dust, broken satellites, but the signal came again. This time it was stronger, and it was moving. Commander Thrall stood up from his seat, his three red eyes focused on the screen. "What is that?" he asked. The technician checked the data and replied, "Unknown object. Size, small. No known energy signature. No response to hails." Commander Thrall frowned. "Is it a drone?" "No, sir," the technician said. "It's something else. And it's landing on Moon 87. Moon 87 was a dead place. No life, no atmosphere, just rocks and dust." Still, Thrall didn't want surprises. He ordered a scout team to go check. "Send the ground unit. Tell them to scan and return. It's probably just a crashed probe." But he felt uneasy. Something didn't feel right. The alien scout ship landed near the strange object. It looked like a small pod, black and silver, half buried in the ground. No lights, no sound, no movement. The three alien scouts circled it carefully, scanners in hand. "No life signs," one of them said. "No heat. It's cold. Looks abandoned." They stepped closer. One touched the surface. It was warm. That was not possible. There was no power, no heat source. And then the pod opened. It happened fast. A hiss of air, a click, and a shape moved inside. The scouts jumped back, weapons ready, but it was too late. A figure stepped out, tall and silent. It was wearing black armor, no markings, no face, just a dark helmet with a red line across it. The figure said nothing. It looked at the scouts. Then it disappeared. The feed went dead. Back on the ship, Commander Thrall stared at the blank screen. "What happened? Where's the team?" "No," one answered. The comms officer shook his head. "We lost all contact. It's like they vanished." Thrall felt a chill in his bones. "Send another team. Now!" But the second team found nothing. Just empty suits, weapons on the ground, and strange footprints leading away into the rocks. The pod was still there, closed again, as if nothing had come out. They brought the suits back for study. Inside one they found something strange, a symbol burned into the chest armor. It was not alien. It was human. Commander Thrall called an emergency meeting with the ship's top officers. "I thought humans were not active in this part of the galaxy," he said. "Why would one be here? Alone?" No one had answers. Humans were known for their strange behavior, their strong emotions, their dangerous skills. But they always moved in groups. They never sent one alone, unless— "What if it was a scout?" one officer said quietly. Thrall looked at him. "A scout? Alone? On Moon 87? Why would Earth send a scout here?" No one spoke. Then a warning light flashed. A signal was being received. From the pod, it was a voice, cold, calm, human. "This area is under observation. Return to your space. Do not follow. Do not engage. This was only a scout." The room fell silent. "What do they mean?" one officer asked. Thrall stood slowly. His eyes were wide. "They mean we were just tested, and we failed." He turned to the crew. "Prepare the ship. We leave this sector now. Tell the other commanders. Warn them. Earth has sent a scout. That means more will come." But it was already too late. In the shadows of the moon, the human figure watched the alien ship rise and turn away. Behind the red line of the helmet, the scout smiled. Earth was listening, and it had heard everything the alien commanders believed. The threat was over. The scout pod had been quiet for days. No more signals, no movement. Commander Thrall still felt uneasy, but others thought it was just a mistake. Maybe it was a probe, they said. Maybe the human died in the crash. They were wrong. A new team of 10 elite soldiers was sent to Moon 87. They were stronger, better trained, and fully armed. Each wore heavy armor and carried plasma rifles. They had orders: find the human, capture if possible, kill if needed. The team landed near the same pod, now fully sealed and silent. The suits from the first missing team were gone. "Keep formation," said the team leader, Captain Vork. He moved carefully, checking every rock and shadow. "Scanners on. Be ready." The team spread out in a wide circle. The pod stood in the center like a sleeping monster. Suddenly, one of the soldiers disappeared from the screen. "Unit 5, respond!" Vork shouted. No answer. The soldier's tracker showed he was only 30 meters away. The team rushed toward the signal, but found nothing. Just a dropped weapon and a mark on the ground, like someone had been dragged. No footprints, no blood. Then it happened again. Another signal lost. Another soldier gone. "Everyone stay close," Vork ordered. "Something is hunting us." Then, for just 1 second, the scanners picked up movement. It was fast. Too fast. A figure moved across the rocks like a ghost, almost impossible to see. "Did anyone get a clear view?" Vork asked. One soldier replied, "I saw a shape. It looked human, tall, black armor, but it moved like a machine." Suddenly, 2 more signals went dark. Screams were heard for a second before silence returned. The alien team fired in all directions, their lights cutting through the dust, but they saw nothing. They began to fall back toward the landing ship. Fear spread quickly. "We're not facing one human," someone said. "This must be a team. No one can move like that alone." But Vork remembered the report. Only one scout landed. Only one came out of the pod. Then the ship exploded. A bright flash, a wave of heat, and a loud boom shook the moon. The landing ship was gone, blown into pieces. A remote bomb had been planted under it. The aliens now had no way to escape. Set. "Up defenses!" Vork yelled. They used portable shields, set up turrets, and formed a tight circle. They waited. Every sound, every small movement made their hearts race. They were trained for war, but this was different. This was survival. Suddenly, a voice came from their radios. It was calm, cold, human. "You should have left. I gave you a warning." Then one of the turrets turned around by itself and fired. The team dove for cover, confused. "Who hacked the system?" someone shouted, but it was no hack. The scout was nearby, using tech far more advanced than they had seen. 1 turret, then 2, then 3 turned against them. The aliens were forced to destroy their own defenses. One by one, more soldiers fell, silently, swiftly. No one saw the human. Only shadows, whispers, and fear. Soon only Captain Vork remained. He was bleeding, hiding behind a broken rock. His armor was damaged. His gun was empty. The silence was heavy. He waited, breathing hard, then footsteps. He looked up. The scout stood there, calm, quiet, like a shadow in the night. The black helmet reflected the weak moonlight. The red line on the helmet glowed. No weapons in hand. Just standing, watching. Vork raised his broken weapon. "You're just one," he whispered. The scout stepped closer. "One man can't do this," Vork said, coughing blood. "You can't—" The scout tilted his head slightly. Then he spoke just one word. "Scout." And Vork finally understood. This was not Earth's best. This was not even Earth's soldier. This was just the beginning. Back on the alien mothership, Commander Thrall received the final signal from the ground team. It was short, a blurry image, static, a voice in pain. It was one, just one. Then, the screen went dark. Thrall stood in silence. The room around him was quiet. His officers looked scared. "What do we do now?" one asked. Thrall answered with a voice heavy with fear. "We pray Earth doesn't send more." But far away on Earth, someone was already watching the reports and smiling because the mission was complete and Phase 2 was ready to begin. The galaxy was still silent after the loss of the second alien team on Moon 87. The commanders had no answers. 2 full squads, gone. No bodies, no proof, only fear. Commander Thrall sent the report to High Command. Many didn't believe it. "It's impossible," they said. "No human can do that alone." But Thrall knew what he saw. The scout was real and deadly. Now, the aliens were angry. High Command ordered a strike force to Moon 87. 30 elite warriors, each one trained in multiple weapons. Their armor was stronger. Their sensors were sharper. They had air support, drones and war mechs. This time they would not fail. The fleet arrived in hours. Dropships landed with thunder, shaking the ground. 3 giant mechs walked across the moon's surface, each one tall as a building. The soldiers moved quickly, setting up scanners and defense grids. They surrounded the scout's last known location. "We will find him," said General Kor, the new leader. "And we will crush him." But the scout was already watching. Hidden in the shadows, deep within the rocks, the humans studied their movements. Every mech's path, every drone's scan, every soldier's position. He was calm, quiet. His mission was not to fight, but to teach a lesson. As night fell over Moon 87, the aliens waited for an attack. Nothing came, no sound, no signal, just wind and dust. But then the lights flickered. One by one, the machines started to act strange. Screens glitched, drones flew in circles, mechs lost their balance. "What is happening?" General Kor shouted. "Check the systems," a technician replied in fear. "Something is inside the network." The scout had hacked them. Suddenly, one of the mechs turned and fired at the second mech. It didn't stop. Its weapons blasted across the battlefield, destroying their own team. Screams filled the comms. The second mech exploded, shaking the moon. "It's not possible," someone yelled. "No human tech can break our systems." But this wasn't normal human tech. The scout had adapted, learned, upgraded. While they were sending bigger guns, he was studying how to control them. The soldiers tried to escape. They ran toward the ships, but the ships didn't open. Locked, systems dead. Then the real attack began. Explosions from underground traps. Lasers from hidden points. Smoke covered the battlefield. The aliens fired blindly, not knowing where the enemy was. But the scout moved through the smoke like a ghost. He didn't speak. He didn't show mercy. He just moved, fast and silent. One by one, the soldiers vanished. Their heart monitors stopped. Their signals disappeared. The few who saw him before they died said the same thing. He was alone, but he was everywhere. General Kor was one of the last. He had lost half, his force in minutes. He tried to call for help, but the signal was jammed. He sat in the command pod, shaking. Suddenly, the door opened. The scout stood there. No weapon, no army, just one human. Kor raised his gun, but the scout was faster. In a blink, Kor was on the ground, his gun gone, his arm broken. The scout leaned closer and spoke softly. "You came with force. I came with purpose." Kor gasped. Who are you?" The scout replied, "I'm not your enemy, unless you make me one." And with that, he was gone. No one saw him leave. No ship, no sound, just silence. Later, the alien rescue team arrived. They found only 10 survivors, all injured, all in shock. When asked what happened, the answer was always the same. It wasn't a team. It was one. Back on the alien mothership, Commander Thrall read the new report. 30 warriors, 3 mechs, air support, all defeated by a single scout. He showed the report to the Galactic Council. The room was quiet. One leader asked, "If that was just a scout, what happens if Earth sends more?" Another replied, "We don't want to find out." But it was already too late. The scout had left behind a device, a small cube. It glowed with a soft blue light. When activated, it played a message. Human voice, calm, clear. "This mission was peaceful. You turned it violent. We defended. You lost. If Earth responds, it won't be a scout. It will be war." And then the cube melted into dust. The message was clear. Earth was watching. Earth was warning. The galaxy had made a mistake. And now they would face the consequences. Let me know when you're ready for Part 4, where the aliens dig deeper and discover the terrifying truth about human scouts. The news of the failed strike force spread fast across the galaxy. 30 elite alien warriors destroyed. 3 giant war mechs turned against their own side. All by one human, just a scout. Most species were shocked. Some were afraid. Others thought it was a trick. The Galactic Intelligence Council called an emergency meeting. All major alien races sent their leaders. The council room was filled with strange shapes, tall ones, short ones, creatures with tentacles, scales, metal skin. Everyone was silent, waiting to hear what the humans had done. Commander Thrall was called to speak. He stood at the center and told everything. The scouts' arrival, the destroyed teams, the message, and the terrifying question, if one scout can do this, what can a full human army do? One of the council members, a tall insectoid named Sarthax, spoke loudly. "Impossible! A single creature can't do this. This must be fake data." Thrall stared at him. "Then send your own people to Moon 87 and see how many return." The room went quiet again. Finally, an old lizard-like diplomat said, "We need to learn more about human scouts, their purpose, their training, their technology. Maybe we have misunderstood what scout means in human language." That night, deep in a military archive on a hidden planet, researchers searched for human scout files. Earth was secretive. They shared little with outsiders, but there were rumors, whispers, old stories. One file was found. It was marked Project Ghost. The document was broken. Some words were missing, but what they read chilled their blood. Human. Recon Scout. Trained for deep space solo missions. Capable of full system sabotage, enemy manipulation, stealth-based combat, and psychological warfare. These scouts are not soldiers. They are living weapons, deployed only when warning is no, longer enough. The file ended with a red line. If you see one, you're already too late. The council panicked. The very idea of a ghost scout scared them. Most species depended on armies, ships, and numbers. Humans depended on something else: precision, creativity, and the will to do anything to win. In the following days, more. Strange reports came in. An alien listening post near the human border disappeared. No explosion, no message. Just gone. A cargo ship that tried to enter Earth's zone was found floating empty, its crew missing, its systems frozen. Another warning cube was found. This one had a new message. Earth asked for peace. You answered. With war. The galaxy must choose now. Respect or regret. Many alien leaders began pulling their ships back. Trade routes were closed. Scout missions near Earth were canceled. Fear had spread like wildfire. But some still wanted to fight. Proud empires don't back down easily. One of them was the Zarkon Dominion. They were known for their brutal war machines and fearless armies. Their leader, Supreme Warlord Krell, laughed at the scout reports. A single human cannot scare us. We will send 10,000 soldiers. We will crush Earth before it becomes a real threat. And so, the Zarkons prepared an invasion. Commander Thrall heard the news and tried to warn them. Do not go. You don't understand. This is not a fight you can win. But Krell didn't listen. He launched a fleet of 30 warships toward Earth space. They never made it. Just days after launch, all contact was lost. No distress calls. No wreckage. Nothing. Then a message appeared on every Dominion screen. It was simple, cold, and final. Your fleet was neutralized. Earth allows no more warnings. The video showed a single human figure walking through the ruins of a warship, alone, untouched. The aliens finally understood. The scout wasn't sent to fight. He was sent to show the galaxy what humans could do. Alone. To show that Earth had changed, and to give one last chance to step back before the real storm began. In the shadows of space, Earth's high command watched everything. Silent. Calm. The scout had completed his mission. Now they waited to see what the galaxy would choose. The galaxy had gone quiet. Since the Zarkon fleet vanished, no one dared move near Earth space. Star maps were updated. Human territory was marked in red, danger zone. Trade stopped. Probes were pulled back. Even the boldest pirates avoided the area. But curiosity still burned. How could one human scout destroy war mechs, hack alien systems, and defeat entire armies? The Galactic Intelligence Council needed answers. They sent a team, not soldiers this time, but spies and scientists. Their mission, learn the truth about Earth's power, not through war, but through silence. They traveled to the edge of Earth's space, where a small research station had once existed. It was abandoned, floating cold in the dark. Its systems were dead, no sign of life. But something inside caught their attention. A sealed chamber marked Scout Training Simulator. The door opened with a hiss. Inside were screens, armor pieces, and blood-stained walls. But the most shocking thing was the footage. The scientists connected a power unit and played the file. They saw a human, younger, in training, alone. The video showed the scouts surviving impossible challenges, escaping traps, defeating machines, solving complex alien languages, fighting blindfolded, surviving with no food or water for days. Then came the final test. He was dropped on a hostile, alien world. No weapons, no support. His mission, survive for 60 days and eliminate an enemy base. The base was defended by drones, monsters, and sensors. He destroyed it in 6 hours. The video ended with a message on the screen. Only 4 humans in history have passed this level. You are now cleared for real-world deployment. Welcome to the Ghost program. The spies sent the footage to the council. Panic followed. Only 4 scouts like this? That meant Earth had more than one, and they had only seen the first. The spies never made it back. Their ship was found drifting later, with no crew. Just a final message burned into the metal. Earth's silence is not weakness. It is warning. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, arguments broke out. Some wanted to speak to Earth, ask for peace. Others wanted to prepare for war, build better weapons, form alliances, gather all fleets. But they knew something was wrong. They had thousands of warships, millions of soldiers, but none of it worked against one human, and worst of all, Earth still hadn't responded. No warships, no message, no movement, just silence. Why? Why send only a scout? Why say nothing after their enemies were defeated? Then came the answer. From deep space, a signal arrived, coded in ancient Earth style. It was hard to read, slow, simple, but it said everything. You attacked our scout. He returned unharmed, mission successful. He was not sent to fight. He was sent to test you. Silence. Then the final line. Earth now knows what the galaxy fears. The test is over. And that was it. No demands, no threats. Just the quiet truth. Earth had sent a scout to see how the galaxy would react. They hoped for peace. Instead, they saw fear, violence, betrayal. And now, the real decision was in Earth's hands. In the black corners of space, human ships began to move, but not in force. Small vessels, hidden, watching, recording. The aliens didn't know what to do. Should they speak? Should they hide? Should they strike before Earth does? No one had answers. Even Commander Thrall, who had tried to warn them from the beginning, felt helpless. "They gave us a chance," he said, "and we failed the test." All he could do now was wait, and hope Earth chose mercy. The galaxy couldn't sit still anymore. The fear was growing. Every species was on edge. Trade had stopped. Fleets were hiding. Every commander was watching Earth's space, but nothing came out. Earth was silent. Too silent. And that scared everyone more than war. The Galactic Council finally agreed. They had to speak with Earth. Maybe ask for peace. Maybe offer apology. Anything to stop what might come next. So they formed a special diplomatic team, 25. Members from 10 different alien races, not soldiers, not spies, only peaceful leaders and translators. Their mission, open communication with Earth. The Council sent the best ship they had, fast, strong, and unarmed. It was called the Horizon Voice. As it crossed into human space, all eyes in the galaxy followed its journey. Would it return? The ship reached the border. Nothing stopped it. No signals, no warnings, just stars and silence. For days, the crew searched for any human station, satellite, or ship. They found nothing. Then, on the 5th day, a single signal appeared on their screen. It was text. One line. "Dock at Relay Point Theta. Come alone. No tricks." The crew followed the instructions. They reached a small floating platform in the dark. No guards, no weapons, just one door. It opened as they landed. Inside, the air was cold and heavy. A voice spoke, not through speakers but directly into their minds. "Sit. Speak your truth." The aliens sat at a long black table. Across from them sat one human, a woman, calm, dressed in simple clothes, no armor, no weapons. She looked normal, but her eyes were different, sharp, cold, watching everything. "I am the voice of Earth," she said. "Why are you here?" The alien leader, a six-eyed diplomat named Vral, bowed slightly. "We came to ask for peace. We didn't know your scout was not a threat." The woman didn't blink. "You attacked first, twice." "Yes, another," Alien said quickly. "It was a mistake. We didn't understand what scout meant. We thought he was your weapon." "He was," the woman replied, "but not for war, for observation." The aliens looked confused. She continued. "He watched. He reported. He tested your response. We hoped for peace. You answered with fear." One insectoid diplomat spoke nervously. "What happens now? Will Earth attack?" The woman stood. She looked each of them in the eye. "Earth has no interest in ruling the galaxy," she said. "We don't want planets or slaves. We don't need resources. What we need is respect." Silence filled the room. She walked to the wall and pressed a panel. A screen appeared. It showed the scout, the same one who destroyed the alien forces. On Moon 87, now training with others, there were dozens like him, running through fire, dodging lasers, fighting machines with bare hands, learning alien languages, disappearing into shadows. "We have thousands of scouts," she said. "Each, one trained to survive, adapt, and end threats before they grow. But they are not our strongest," the diplomats gasped. "Not the strongest? What do you mean?" Vrail asked. "If those are not your strongest, then who is?" The screen changed. It showed massive ships, black, silent and hidden in asteroid belts. Soldiers moving in lines, their armor glowing with energy, weapons powered by gravity, sound, and light. Machines with minds of their own. Human tech no one had seen before. "These are our guardians," the woman said. "They don't move unless we're truly at war." "But you didn't send them," one alien whispered. "No," she said. "We sent a scout. One man, to give you a chance." Another silence. The weight of her words fell heavy. Earth was never weak. It had only been quiet. Then she looked at them again, eyes cold but calm. "You fear humans because we are different," she said. "We don't give up. We don't forget. And we don't run." She walked back to her seat. "So now we ask you, what will you do?" The aliens had no answer. They returned to their ship in silence. The human woman did not follow. The door closed behind them. As they flew away from Earth's border, the galaxy waited for their report. When they delivered the message, most leaders were shaken. Some wanted to make peace right away. Others wanted to hide, to stay quiet, and hope Earth forgot them. But one truth was now clear. Earth had never been asleep. It had only been watching. And now, the galaxy had been seen. The galaxy had heard Earth's voice. The message was simple. We wanted peace. You answered with fear. Now, we are watching. Across hundreds of systems, alien leaders sat in silence. Every star nation had received the same report. Earth was not weak. Earth was not alone, and the human scout was only the beginning. Some races held emergency meetings. Others prayed to their gods. A few leaders simply stared at the stars, wondering if the end had already begun. For many, the answer was clear. Do nothing! Say nothing! Stay away from Earth. But others felt something deeper. Guilt. Commander Thrall, who had witnessed the destruction firsthand, stood before his people. "We provoked a storm," he said. "But the humans didn't strike back with fire. They gave us time. That is strength. That is control." His words spread fast. Even among old enemies, respect for Earth began to grow. They had the power to burn planets, but chose silence instead. Soon messages were sent, not with demands, but with honesty. The Varn Empire wrote, "We fear what we don't understand. We wish to learn now, before it's too late." The Takari High Lord said, "We once thought you were small. Now we see your size was never physical. It was in your will." The Galactic Council, shaken but united, sent a final message to Earth. "We misunderstood your scout. We misunderstood your people. We seek peace, real peace." For days, there was no reply. Earth said nothing. No ships moved. No new messages came. The galaxy waited. And then, it happened. A single ship appeared at the border of Earth's space. Not a warship, not a scout. It was a transport vessel painted white, carrying no weapons. Its signal was clear. Peace envoy, human delegate aboard. It landed at the Galactic Council's central station. From it stepped a woman in black. Calm, quiet, confident. Not the scout, not the warrior. A diplomat. She carried no guards, no soldiers, just a single case in her hand. In the council chamber, she stood before the galaxy's leaders. Her voice was calm, like water over stone. "Earth has watched. Earth has waited. Now we choose to speak." She opened the case and placed a small cube on the table. It glowed softly and showed images, human cities, children, music, art, history, pain, and hope. "We are more than warriors," she said. "We build, we dream, but we protect what we love, with everything we have." The cube played one last image. The scout, standing alone on Moon 87, surrounded by the wreckage of alien weapons, his eyes staring at the stars. Then her voice returned. He was just a scout, but he was enough. The room was silent. No one spoke. No one moved. Then, one by one, the leaders of the galaxy stood. They bowed, not in fear, but in respect. And finally, after centuries of war, lies, and pride, something changed. A new alliance was formed. The Human Accord. It wasn't ruled by Earth. It wasn't led by fear. It was built on a single truth, that peace with humans was not weakness, but survival. And maybe, just maybe, something better. Years later, stories would be told. Children would ask, is it true? Did one human really stop a war? And the answer would always be the same. He didn't stop it. He never let it begin. And that's how it ended. Not with fire, not with invasion, but with one scout, and the quiet strength of a patient world.